If you're leading a manufacturing, distribution, or retail operation, you know the status quo isn't an option in today's environment. Inflation pressures, workforce challenges, supply chain disruptions, the landscape is just constantly shifting beneath our feet. So we invest in new systems, we redesign processes, we push for improvement. And yet so many of these initiatives stall out or fail completely. It's not because the ideas were wrong, but because we underestimated the human side of change. Here's the reality. Frontline employees can quietly undermine any initiative they don't believe in, and no amount of executive mandate can overcome that resistance. But when they're engaged and supportive, they can become your most powerful change agents. Today, we'll talk about the 5 most common reasons change initiatives fail. More importantly, we'll talk about how improved change management for frontline employees can lead to better outcomes. The first reason change initiatives fail is change creates uncertainty. When you announce a new system or process, your frontline teams don't automatically see the vision you see. They see questions. How will this affect my daily work? Will I be able to do this? What if I can't keep up? That uncertainty, even about a change that will ultimately make their jobs easier, creates anxiety that can freeze momentum before it even starts. Reason number 2, people are afraid of loss. This goes deeper than job security, though that's certainly part of it. Your team members have built expertise in how things work today. They've developed routines, workarounds, relationships, and a real sense of mastery in what they do. Change threatens that. Even if the new way is objectively better, there's a very real sense of losing something valuable. Their hard-won expertise and their status as the person who knows how things work. Reason number 3, teams may believe the change isn't in their best interest. And no matter how well we know our organization, those closest to the work know the work best. And sometimes from their vantage point, they can see problems with the proposed change that weren't visible from 30,000 feet. When frontline teams resist, it's not always because they're just opposed to change. Sometimes it's because they can see legitimate issues that need to be addressed, but they just might not have a voice in your project. Reason number 4, team pressure to resist change is powerful. Culture is built peer to peer and shift to shift. If the informal leaders on your floor, the ones everyone respects and looks to for answers, if they're skeptical about a change, that skepticism spreads fast. One enthusiastic manager can't overcome the resistance of a team that's collectively decided to wait this one out. That social pressure to maintain the status quo is one of the most underestimated forces in change management. Finally, reason number 5, there's no structured change strategy. This is probably the most critical one. Too often we treat change as a purely technical exercise. Install the software, revise the procedure, train people on the new steps. But without a structured approach to managing the human side, including communication plans, stakeholder engagement, support systems, and feedback loops, we're just essentially hoping people will figure it out. And hope is not a great strategy. The good news is every one of these failure points is addressable. When you understand why change fails, you can design your approach to succeed. But you need a real plan, not just a project timeline, but a deliberate strategy for bringing people along. And that means over communicating, not just one big announcement, but explaining the why, addressing concerns, and providing regular updates as things evolve. It means making your team part of the process from the beginning. Get their input, listen to their concerns, involve them in designing solutions. When people help shape a change, they're far more likely to own it. So don't think of change management as an add-on to your initiative. It is the initiative. The technical changes you're making are just tools. The real work is helping your people successfully transition from the old way to the new way. Because in today's environment, agility really isn't optional. The organizations that will thrive are the ones that can implement change quickly and bring their people along in the process. And that starts with understanding what you're really up against.